Hi, I'm Tori from Wernelly Dog Food. One of the great things about our dog food is that it doesn't contain any supplements or synthetic vitamins and minerals. It's nutritionally balanced and complete using whole foods only. We don't use supplements because they're not necessary. Dogs are like people. If they're eating a complete, balanced, whole food organic diet, then they don't need synthetic vitamins or minerals to bridge any nutritional gaps. The only reason why you might supplement is if the diet is imbalanced, if the food sources are of poor quality and therefore nutritionally inadequate, or if your dog is sick or under a lot of physiological stress. There are big advantages from getting nutrition from food. Dogs are biologically adapted to eating whole foods. So that means that their bodies are used to or designed to eat getting their nutrition from unprocessed food sources and not from synthetic isolated nutrients or compounds. Whole foods are like a family or community of nutrients, and they work for the greater good. Nature bundles up nutrients together in foods in really precise ratios to create something called synergy, whereby the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. And it's this awesome combination of individual and collective properties in food that allows nutrients to be really easily assimilated and utilized by the body's tissues. When nutrients are made synthetically, they often have a slightly different molecular structure to those that are found in nature. And what happens is the body doesn't always recognize these nutrients because they look different. And so they're not easily absorbed by the cells, and they can often even, potentially even cause tissue damage. So while synthetically derived nutrients are much cheaper to make or to manufacture than food source nutrients, they're not ideal for the body, and they're certainly not what a dog needs to thrive. For example, dogs require the trace element manganese in their diet, which naturally they would get usually from eating fur from prey in the wild. Now obviously this isn't a very common food source for dogs anymore, and it is quite tricky to get manganese from other food sources. So often a lot of dog food companies will supplement with synthetic manganese. We, on the other hand, have used whole foods to get manganese into Wernelly dog food. We use a combination of organic Ceylon cinnamon, buckwheat and Brazil nuts in the right ratios to get really good amounts of this trace element into your dog's diet. And this means that it's also better absorbed by their bodies, and it means that our food is then nutritionally balanced and complete without having to resort to synthetic compounds. Our aim is to make fantastically nutritious dog food with no chemicals, no pesticides or synthetic additives, and we think that the results speak for themselves.